How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. We've got a couple more movie reviews for you today. I have seen, well, probably too many movies, so I'm probably going to try to simplify this down for you a little bit. All right. I want to talk about Star Trek First Contact. And it's been a while since probably anybody's seen this movie, but hey, let's talk about it anyway. I like the idea of time travel. It's a little bit weird the way they portray it in Star Trek, but that's okay. And I like the idea of, well, there's the general evil of the Borg, but there's the probably the more important plot line is how people achieved warp speed and were noticed by extraterrestrials, aliens, the Romulans, and were able to become a part of the bigger, wider universe. And that is really weak the way they portray it. They just don't really give it a lot of it's too simplistic in my mind anyway. The idea of world peace being achieved by warp speed, it's weak. It's very weak. People are, well, you know what people are. You are one, and so you realize that there's a lot more complicated things that have to happen before world peace can be achieved and humanity unites and decides, hey, let's band together because we're part of something bigger. And in one sense, that's what Christianity is. If you guys didn't get that, I mean, we're talking in a secular context here in Star Trek, because there's no God really in Star Trek, at least in a meaningful way. There's Q and other things, but that's beside the point. Anyway, what we're talking about is well, I don't know. I guess I want to leave it at that. That's more complicated than that. And Christianity, in a sense, is people being part of God's kingdom, which is something that transcends our borders and lots of things like that. So something to think about there. Anyway, overall, apart from that weakness and world peace being established, it was very well done. I liked it. The Borg had some issues. There was some weird stuff going on with Data, and that girl Borg thing. Ugh. Anyway, moving on. Next movie, How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World, something like that. And I think this was a good way to wrap up the trilogy, if you want. It was a more mature plot line, how to deal with the immaturity of the rest of the world and the ability to be friends with dragons because of all the bad blood that had occurred between dragons in the past and all the killing and the whatever. So, well, I mean, I do want you to watch it, but hey, there's probably spoilers in this anyway. What happened is that they ended up deciding to separate for the better of both creatures, humans and dragons, and I think there was a good old, at least a glint of hope left at the end there, that one day there'd be people ready to receive dragons into the world again, and that when the time was right, they'd probably make an effort to do that. Okay, so very nice. I'm actually glad that Hiccup and that girl got married finally. I mean, they did it right, man. We had a nice family established there where they got married and then they had kids, y'all. Let me tell you, I have love for you, even if you done it wrong and you had a kid. You know, you had a good thing. If you got a kid out of marriage, you had a good thing. Your kid is a good thing. But listen, you did it wrong. You should have had a kid in a marriage, in a good marriage, and that would have been the best for you and for your kid. But God bless you wherever you're at in your life. You can have a blessed life, a wonderful life with your kid, and you can still make the most of this wonderful life that we have. All right, coming up next, what do we watch? Oh man, As Good as It. What was it called? Oh man, the one with Kevin Hart and Breaking Bad dude. Oh man, what was that called? As Good as It Can Be. It's not as good as it gets. I don't remember. Well, maybe I have to skip that one. All right. But that was the one where the dude was a paraplegic and Kevin Hart was hired to take care of him. I'll figure out the name. But it was... I enjoyed it because I enjoyed seeing the friendship of these two men mature based on this, hard life circumstances and tragic story. Tragedy for both of them. They both had hard lives in various ways, but man, they have a real friendship, and that helped them navigate and conquer some of those hard things in their lives, which is very good. And so well done. Oh man, another one I want to talk about. I think this is our fourth movie we'll talk about is Searching with John Cho, I believe it is. Ooh, oh man, watch that thing, thinking, wow, this is some intense stuff. I'm encouraged by the leaps taken by the film director and just the wonderful ways they film that thing. It was all done on screens, kind of like how I'm talking to you right now. Really, the whole thing done on screens. So either security cameras, cell phones, webcams on your computer, and other things like that. So done on screens. They had news broadcasts. That was the whole film. So very impressive. They did it. In the DVD extras, they tell you they did some hard stuff, hard to film stuff, hard to act in those situations when you're acting opposite a screen, not another person. So interesting challenges for all of them, but man, they pulled it off, y'all. They pulled it off. Sorry for the shaky camera there, but hey, that's what it is. That's what we got. All right, this video has gone on long enough. Hope you're having a great day, and leave your comments down below if you had any thoughts, the same or different, for any of those things, any of those movies. And altogether, I personally, I don't like to get rated R movies. So some of them are intense, some of them do have cursing in them, and but I for a personal standard, I don't like the rated R movies myself. So anyway, I hope these movies get you thinking, get you talking, and bring up some important topics. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.